Hi, I'm Karen Wazinski. I'm from Michigan Hands and Voices. I'm Director of Marketing, and I am the parent of a child who is hard of hearing. Now, if you are a member of Michigan Hands and Voices already, then you might be wondering, what can you expect to receive from your membership? And if you're not a member, this video is going to help you understand what you can get for membership. Before I launch into that, I just want to let you know that membership is $25 a year. If you had a visit with a parent guide, from that first visit, you're going to have your first membership is going to be free. So, and if that was after March of any of this past year, you're going to actually go through to November 1st of next year. So you actually get more than a full year free to start out. And then there are scholarships available if your membership is up for renewal and you want a scholarship instead, you can just request it. And also you should know that we are not just for parents of kids who are deaf or hard of hearing, but we are also professionals. We are also individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing. It's a full community here at Michigan Hands and Voices. So to share what you can expect from Michigan Hands and Voices, I thought we would go through our website to see where everything sort of lives there. So I'm going to share my screen. So it's mihandsandvoices.org. And right up top at the, flashing red lights practically at this time period that we're in right now, everything's going to be about the impact on our kids who are deaf or hard of hearing during the pandemic. So what does that mean for face shields, face masks? What does that mean if you are brand new to the journey of raising a child who's deaf or hard of hearing? The answer is we're still here for you. We can still work with you and support you and guide you as needed. It's just going to be online or on the phone. And then also, what about accessibility for online learning? So we are continually adding to our COVID section here. But typically, our website would look like this, and we would be welcoming you with this beautiful picture from one of our past annual picnics, which are really popular every year in August. Unfortunately, not having one in 2020. But this is really to welcome you to our community. Again, we are a network of parents, professionals, and deaf and hard of hearing individuals. And scrolling down more, you'll see our tagline. What works for your child is what makes the choice right. And if you want to learn more about that, you can go to About. I'm going to go there. But really, just real quickly, this is about supporting you as a family of a child who's deaf or hard of hearing, regardless of the communication mode or language that you've chosen for your child. We're here for everybody. So I'm going to hit About right here. And well, this picture is one of our previous Mom's Night-Ins, so you get a little view of some of the fun that we have. But the brochures to explain things a little further are right here. So you can print out one of our brochures. You can get it Arabic or Spanish if you know somebody who needs one of those. A little bit of background on why families need support. Our vision that our children will reach their full potential. And background on our staff and our board of trustees. So that's just kind of about us.
Hi, my name is Michelle Thomas. I am the current board chair for Michigan Hands and Voices. My husband and I live in Ann Arbor, and we have 4 children, an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old who was born deaf, and 2-year-old twins. Let me tell you a little bit about the Michigan Hands and Voices board. We are made up of parents of children who are deaf or hard of hearing, professionals, and deaf or hard of hearing individuals. We currently meet 4 times a year, primarily online, and we also participate in committees within our organization. Those committees are the fundraising committee, the events committee, the legislative committee, and the programs committee. I love being a part of Michigan Hands and Voices because it gives me the opportunity to meet with other families, to get support from people, and to feel comfortable in the choices that we've made through our journey with our child as he goes through his life with hearing loss.
Now, moving back to the home page. You can scroll down here if you're brand new to raising a child with hearing loss, or if you're not sure yet if your child is deaf or hard of hearing, you can go to Start Here, or you can go to Start Here up at the top. And Start Here is just going to be those first steps you're going to want to take when you're brand new to things. So say you're unsure about your child's hearing. There are several resources here that will be helpful. And I'm going to highlight one of these because this can be helpful ongoing as well. This is a list of the best practice facilities for audiology for children in Michigan. It's put out by the Michigan Early Hearing Detection and Intervention Program. They're the people in charge of this. And there's two lists in this document. This first one is for the diagnostic audiology facilities. This is those facilities that we know follow best practices for pediatric audiology if you need a full diagnostic evaluation. So you've had a screening, a rescreening, and you've maybe failed both of those probably. Now you need a full diagnostic evaluation, and that's what you're going to ask for at that point. If you've just failed the first screening and you just need a rescreening, these are the rescreening sites that follow best practices in the state of Michigan. So you're going to want to try to go to one of these for care for your child. So then back to being unsure about your child's hearing, there's also questions to ask the pediatric audiologist. And if you're brand new and you do know what's going on with your child's hearing, you might want to also review these. If you already know what's happening with your child's hearing, then you're going to want to take two steps early on. And one is Guide by Your Side. And that's us, that's our trademarked program. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But also you want to prevent or address delays in development with early intervention, or what we call in Michigan, early on. And so if I hit that button, it's going to take me down here, and you can choose one of two paths. You can go down the 0 to 3 route or the ages 3 and up route. And for the 0 to 3-year-olds, you're going to contact early on. You might want to try this guide to intervention for deaf and hard of hearing children. This is just one of the many, many resources available from our Hands and Voices headquarters. And if you click here, this is going to take you through questions to ask, things to think about, to make sure all the bits and pieces are in place for your early intervention program for your child. Now going back, you also might want to make a communication plan for your child, and that's here. 3 and up, same kind of process, but you're going to be talking to different people for this different age group. So now I'd like to talk a little bit about our programs. We essentially have 3 programs within Michigan Hands and Voices: Guide by Your Side, Astra, and Share Your Story. Share Your Story is when you get to a point where you might want to give back to the community and share your story to help continue to improve systems for our kids. But I'm just going to talk about Guide by Your Side and Astra today. Guide by Your Side is that program where you're matched with a parent guide. And a parent guide is another parent of a child who's deaf or hard of hearing who has been trained to guide you through your journey. So they're a little bit further along with their own family, and now they're ready to give back. This is for anybody in Michigan who has a child who has any level of hearing loss, from mild all the way to profound, for both ears to just one ear. And really it's about talking about anything you want to talk about. So if you want to know more, you can go to the FAQs here that will help you understand more about what this program is about. But really, we kind of feel like any family who has a child who's deaf or hard of hearing in Michigan, even if they have a ton of support, there's so much to learn that it's really nice to hear from a lot of different people, a lot of different perspectives, so that you can make the right choices for your child in particular. And so we really encourage you to try it out. We think it's a great program. Another avenue you can go, which really really important is deaf and hard of hearing guides. So this is part of Guide by Your Side, but these are individuals who grew up deaf or hard of hearing, and you would not believe what you may have been missing all along even if you've been doing this for a few years, speaking from experience here. So meeting with somebody or multiple deaf or hard of hearing guides, we really recommend as well. We have DHH guides who listen and speak, who use sign language, who use cute speech. So really just don't hesitate. We'll help you along in that process so it can be really comfortable. And I think you'll really get a lot out of it.
Hello, my name is Amanda Schneider, and I am a parent to 2 boys, and my oldest is deaf. I am also the coordinator of the Guide by Your Side program. So I have the pleasure of working with 15 other parents that are from across the state who also have children with hearing loss. And we are all trained parents that have experience that we love to share with other families, especially new families to the journey. So to give you a little perspective and an insight into what a first visit with a new parent guide looks like, is an opportunity to learn new resources and information specific for deaf and hard of hearing children. It's also an opportunity to meet one-on-one with another parent and gain that unique parent perspective. So currently we are meeting families through online options as well as phone calls. And hopefully someday we'll be able to return to in-person one-on-one visits. A parent guide can provide you an opportunity to think about some things that a new parent might not know, or might not know the questions to ask the other professionals that they are working with. So our parent guides use a checklist to kind of guide the conversations and make sure families are thinking about a wide range of topics such as language and communication, insurance needs, educational supports, and a wide variety of other topics. Parent guides also can provide that emotional support. We all experience this journey in unique ways, and it's a really beneficial opportunity to talk with someone who has also experienced similar emotions throughout their journey. And after that first visit, the services don't end. So a parent guide will continue to follow up with their families throughout the year. We try to keep that connection going and building that relationship. With that, we also have a team approach. So there are opportunities to meet with the DHH guides as well. So those are adults who grew up deaf or hard of hearing. So our team of parent guides and the family then can meet with several different DHH guides to learn from their perspective and gain that insight that someone growing up deaf or hard of hearing can provide to new parents. The connection also continues with getting involved and learning more about the Hands and Voices events that we offer throughout the year, and currently offering the online options. So if you are interested in a parent guide or meeting with someone, please contact me through my email, or you can call and text me at this phone number. And there is also an option on our website to fill out an online form, and we will contact you in that manner.
So that's Guide by Your Side, and I want to touch on ASTRA for a moment. ASTRA stands for Advocacy, Support, and Training, and it's really for anyone advocating for children who are deaf or hard of hearing. Parents, professionals, deaf and hard of hearing individuals who are working as lay advocates, right? And it's kind of twofold, this program. You can work with one of our lay advocates one-on-one, kind of in the background, or we can even go to the IEP table or the virtual screen with you to support you through an IEP. or a 504 or an IFSP. And if all those are new words, new acronyms to you, then ASTRA might be helpful to you anyway. Secondly, we also help through trainings and events that can help you learn not only the laws that impact our kids and support our kids, but also the strategies and how to get things done. I know for me, I just had a lot of questions about education in general. And then I found as I learned more and more and more that I didn't even know what questions to ask until I started going to trainings. So that's what this is really designed to do in a way that really builds trust and collaboration with your school. Now, I do want to point out that Guide by Your Side, that's free for anybody. And then after that, you get the free membership. ASTRA is part of your membership. So this is a tremendous deal to be able to lean on somebody or get a little extra help, or maybe get a lot of extra help as needed, and is part of your membership.
Hi, everyone. My name is Janelle Frost, and I'm the Executive Director for Michigan Hands and Voices, and I'm also the ASTRA Coordinator. So I'm the one person who you would connect with regards to the program Karen was just describing if you need help with your educational needs. So you would connect with me, and I would then either contact you as your advocate, or I would connect you with one of our 7 other advocates throughout the state, and we would support you throughout your journey and whatever issues you may be having. So we might support you before a meeting coming up, during the meeting if needed, because we can attend with you, or afterwards if needed as well. So we're there for you. We are a free service with membership. So if you're not a member already, you may want to join to get that service. I also do many trainings throughout the year, so you may see me at some of our online events. We do have a one-day, all-day training, or maybe an online Zoom training, and split up in different sections that we do offer. It's an 8-hour training that really helps go over the educational journey and all the different rules and laws that would apply to educating your child. So, check those out, and hopefully we'll get to see you at some of our online events. And take care, and we'll see you soon.
Something else that comes up in membership is events. Normally we have quite a few in-person events. Usually over 800 people a year will attend our events, either in person or online. This year, of course, we're only doing online events. And right now, because it's summer, we've really kind of decreased the number of events we're offering in July. It's just kind of our slower period. But as things get closer to the fall, you'll start to see this really pick up. And we are updating these events, this events page, typically like once a week. And normally you'd see a lot of things on this calendar, and you can just add them right to your calendar after you've registered for that link. So I really encourage you to do this. Members get most of these for free, are included in your membership. Or if there is a small fee, you usually get a discount compared to what a non-member would get. So really, really worth the membership for that alone. Then let's see, what else do I want to talk about? So that gets us to membership. If you are not a member right now, this membership page, Become a Member, tells you more about it. It walks you through the benefits of membership, all the things we've talked about so far, plus the Communicator, which is a small newspaper from our headquarters that is sent to your home, and also emails from us about things going on specifically in Michigan, in your area, opportunities for you and your family. All of that's going right to your email. And it's really easy to sign up and pay. Go to checkout. It's going to take you right to PayPal. It's done in just a few minutes. It's really easy. And if you prefer to request a scholarship, that's your option here below. But if you're already a member, you're going to go to members only, or you can go to this button up here called members only, and it's going to take you to, usually there'll be a login. I've already logged in, so it's not showing up, but there is one login for everybody. This is not an individual login. You will have received, if you're a member, you will have received this in an email, and if you can't find it, just again, call, text, email us, and we'll shoot it over to you. But what this does is this gives you access to our family notebook that was updated at the end of 2019. So it is really, really up to date. It has all the sections here. Now you may have, you may receive a, a paper copy of this, which is great, but you might want to have it on here too, because then you can always have access to it if you can't find it, if it gets lost in a move or something. This is the parent checklist that you want to go through, making sure you're doing everything in those first months after a child has been identified as deaf or hard of hearing. That's a really helpful tool. And then it's all the sections: support and learn, medical, technology, language and communication, very important, educate. And then I do want to highlight that this general info link here, there's a glossary, which you never know, some of these acronyms that come up in this field, I tell you what. So that can be helpful, but then there's also this updated list of internet sites and social media and phone apps, and my personal favorite, the books. So not only for the kids, but for parents. So great resources there. Those are things that come up a lot for everybody, I think, who's going through the journey of raising a child who's deaf or hard of hearing. And so you can really benefit from having this information at your fingertips. We're always adding more resources here, including the scholarship for assistive technologies. So maybe you need an FM for your child, you could try that. A link to our videos on YouTube and our newsletters are going to continue to be added here. So that's one key thing you're going to get from membership, not only the ASTRA program, but also access to these resources on our website. Now, as you get more and more involved in the community of families of kids who are deaf or hard of hearing, you might want to get involved. It's a really dynamic, fun environment to be in. We work hard, but we have a lot of fun. And so there's a lot of ways to do that. You could become a parent guide. You could, that's like a very short, very, very part-time position, but it's paid and it's training and it's a lot of fun. You could become a deaf or hard of hearing guide if you're deaf or hard of hearing yourself, or you could be a volunteer, maybe volunteer on one of our committees and kind of get your feet wet and see what we're about and how we work. And you could join our board. So there's a lot of different ways to get involved. I do want to note that there is an opportunity to donate to Michigan Hands and Voices, because if I didn't, I would have a board saying, you need to mention this too. This year, it's a little bit more urgent than other years because we don't have the opportunity to do in-person fundraisers. Typically, we do a trivia night once a year. We do a walk. We're part of the Walk for Hearing in May. This year, we were planning 2 trivia nights and we can't do them. So donations are helpful. And then a really easy way to donate is just to go to smile.amazon.com and put in Michigan Hands and Voices as the beneficiary of your of the amount that they will donate to us. So we get a small donation. It doesn't cost you anything. It builds up over time, and we really appreciate that. And finally, you don't have to be a member to shop, but it's really cool to be able to show that you're a part of this really wonderful community, this network of parents, professionals, and deaf and hard of hearing individuals, all supporting families of kids who are deaf or hard of hearing, regardless of communication mode or language. That was a lot of words. This is just a fun way to show your pride. So you might want to consider that. So that kind of sums it up. I hope I didn't forget anything. Just remember that we exist for you because we have all been there. We've been in your shoes, and we want to hear from you. We want to know how else we can help. We want to just talk about maybe very minor things going on, but it can feel so much better to know sometimes that other people get where you're coming from. So be sure to contact us if you need us. Hope you have a great summer.